Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Your local bedhead here. Make sure everything looks good and all set. We're going to be reacting to a channel I haven't watched in a while, and I'm very excited to go back and watch one of his videos, and it's the Side-Eye Guy. Side-Eye Guy is one of my personal favorite, one of my personal favorite skeptics of the paranormal on YouTube. If you guys know me, you know that I genuinely believe in the paranormal. I've had my own experiences, which is one of the reasons why I just truly believe that it's out there, it exists. It's just, unfortunately, I also truly believe that there are con artists in the field that will take advantage of people who believe, like me, who believe that there is really something after death. And I'm just not fond of lies. Now, this is just something that's becoming more aware. It's actually crazy. It's not even with the paranormal anymore that I'm noticing more of this kind of behavior with, like, audience members. If you go to Facebook Reels and actually watch some of these videos of, like, people saving animals, people are starting to catch on that a lot of this stuff is just set up for the sake of views and clicks. And it's obvious in those videos, and it's obvious in paranormal videos. People are just kind of coming around to the realization, and they are saying that they should not be doing it anymore. This is going over his personal thoughts about the CelinaSpooky, Kallmekris, and Oompaville video, which I did do reactions to, and I gave my own personal thoughts. If you guys want to know my personal thoughts, go watch the reactions. I think they came out pretty well. And again, that's what my channel is all about, is just giving my honest personal thoughts about certain things that you guys want to see me react to. So if you're a fan of that, hit the subscribe button. If you're not, I understand, but this is just about being honest, and you guys are allowed to be honest in the comment section, and hopefully nobody criticizes. And if they do, constructive criticism is okay. It's okay to have conversations, respectful conversations, not bullying, not being a douchebag, not being a dickhead in the comment section. Be respectful about other people's opinions. If they believe in a lot of this stuff, if they believe in certain people, that's okay. But this is a video to hopefully try to educate people on what is real and just simply what is being overplayed. So let's go ahead and dive into the video, and I'll give you guys my thoughts, of course, during and after the video. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this. Go support the original video. Go show Side-Eye Guy a lot of love. The guy is he's phenomenal. He's hilarious. He's phenomenal. He does a very good job of putting these videos together. And if you are somebody who's just genuinely too afraid to watch this kind of content because you are scared to, let's say, be heartbroken at some of the things pointed out, it's understandable. But I do think that as time is going, these channels are going to be becoming more popular. I think we're going to have more of these kind of channels out. And honestly, it's a good thing. I know a lot of people hate to hear that. I know a lot of people hate to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that. Even if you somewhat agree, you don't like to hear that. And the reason why you don't like to hear that is because that would have to acknowledge that some of these content creators are probably not as the people they come across, unfortunately. And it's sad to me to say that. It really is, because look, I've been asked several times, if you can recommend any sort of advice to doing YouTube, the best thing I can tell you is to be honest with your audience. And a lot of these other content creators have taught me that honesty is key. Honesty is key, because once you fuck up in a lie that could actually tamper with the entirety of what you stand for on YouTube, how is anybody going to trust you again? If you start a YouTube channel, be honest with your audience. That's the biggest thing. Do not lie to them. Do not fake anything. And if you do fake something, be honest about it. Be honest with your audience. It's the biggest thing you should ever do with your own channel. Nobody likes liars, and that goes the same for content creators too. Nobody likes a liar.
Hey, segues. Today I'll be watching CelinaSpooky along with Kallmekris ghost hunting in Chris's own home. You may think this is lazy, and well, yeah, it is kinda lazy. But does anyone really care anymore where these ghost hunters actually investigate?
Nah.
In the past, I've done a reaction/debunking video on CelinaSpooky.
I don't think I watched your CelinaSpooky video. Maybe I should. Maybe I should check it out. I'm glad that you did this video. I'm glad I discovered this on my own. Like, I always liked CelinaSpooky, and I still do. Like, don't mistake it. I still like CelinaSpooky, but after watching that Oompaville video, there's a lot of things I discovered on my own about the person Selina is on camera. So that's what I discovered.
And in that video, I explained that I do find Selina entertaining, but her ghost hunting skills and believability as a psychic medium are about as credible as, well, her sleepwalking videos.
Sleep dancing? Yeah.
Let's get it started. Now Now from the top, make it drop. That's a wet.
In the arms of the angel.
Why did you just go? Why would you just go? Disco!
I'm not even sure if this is meant to be taken seriously, to be honest, but I do believe I've heard Selena say that these videos are supposed to be taken as legit, but it really does seem too silly and funny to be taken seriously. I mean, come on. I've seen Kallmekris.
I've never seen anybody sleepwalk like that. I've actually heard a sleepwalking story. My friend, actually, I'm not going to say his name, but he told me one time when he was a kid that he actually sleptwalked out of the house. Like, he opened up the door, walked out, and was found in the street, like, just standing there. And, you know, someone obviously seen him, brought him back into the house and whatnot. But, yeah, that was probably as insane as it got. But nobody actually, like, fucking boogies it down and stuff in their living room and whatnot. Nobody does that unless it's, like, you know, performed and everything, which I'm sure I could even pull that off. But Selena has a good way of doing it. She's very hysterical. Maybe sometimes it's actually true. Maybe, you know, but obviously they were popular. Those sleepwalking videos are insanely popular. And I'm not going to say she, you know, fakes it or anything like that, but obviously if you had to ask me what I thought of those, like the whole dancing thing, the disco thing, and it seems convenient. Even when someone asked, you know, do you ever dance in your sleepwalking, she's like, yeah, and then obviously then there's like a video of her doing it. It's like, it does feel a little bit scripted and a little bit too convenient just for the sake of that question and to make a funny video, which it was funny. Like, don't get me wrong, it's funny. It's just, if she's capable of, like, let's say performing that and lying to her audience about that, I don't want to say that, but if it is there, then what is to stop her from doing the same thing with paranormal content, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing that we look for. And it's sad to say because I like CelinaSpooky Boo. Side-eye guy likes CelinaSpooky Boo. They funny. Paranormal investigating, she kind of comes off like, unfortunately, a lot of other YouTube paranormal investigators come off. And you can still be entertaining and take it seriously and have a really cool paranormal investigation. But people feel the need to have to dance. They have to feel the need to make fart jokes. They have the need to, you know, run around the house screaming, dropping everything they're doing, running down the stairs while some scary, loud-ass music plays. It's just become a common thing with the paranormal. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just, it's overhyping something that shouldn't even be overhyped, right? Just my thoughts,
Chris do a ghost hunting video with Sam and Colby at Goatsman Bridge a while ago, and I gotta admit, it did just feel like your standard nonsense ghost hunting video. But Kallmekris is really funny in her non-paranormal content. I've seen some of her sketches before, and they are legit really funny. So I'm hoping this video would at least give me a laugh or two. The two ladies are joined by Chris's boyfriend, Oompaville, or Caleb. And this fella is just great, and as the video goes on, you'll see what I mean. Before I get started on the video, I have to take the time to yet again thank all of my wonderful members and patrons for your titillating support. The vote this week was between CJ Fasion, the boys, and Selena and Chris, with the ladies just running away with it. If you wish to get involved in my next vote, please consider becoming a member or a patron. The link is in the description. But if you're not in the best financial position to do so, then all good. A like, a comment, and a share are all free, and they would really help me out. Thanks. So, on with the video, and this may well have the best intro to any ghost hunting video I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, it does feel like they're kind of making fun of that really extremely over-the-top scary vibe. Like opening up like a horror film. It does look like it's paying kind of a parody to that.
Hey, did you order tacos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's me. For Christina?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
Hands down, the best performers I've ever seen from a ghost hunter. Almost as convincing as this masterclass in YouTube acting.
I feel like I'm going crazy right now. What the hell did I just see? It was like a floating face, like right here.
Which one of you idiots wrote this script?
Speaking of ghosts, do you believe in ghosts?
Nah.
We're gonna get along just fine.
Yeah, he's a pretty big skeptic, so I'm actually really excited to.
You're gonna change your mind
to do
tonight.
this.
I'll give Selina and Chris this. They do have the balls to bring a skeptic along with them on their investigation.
Yeah, that's very true.
Most of the OTT ghost hunting channels wouldn't dare do that.
Today, we are ghost hunting on my property here in Erath County, Texas.
That's why I said bringing Oompaville on from the beginning was such a good idea, because the guy is genuinely not afraid to state how he feels. Even, I was completely right. When I watched that, I was sitting here thinking, oh, okay, if there's anything, it would be Chris, right? He doesn't want to hurt Chris's feelings or, you know, tamper with anything. You know, he doesn't want to affect anything. So maybe he might, you know, water down a bit. But no, the guy was straight up, even with Chris sitting in the same exact spot as him, was not afraid to straight up say that he just doesn't buy it. And to laugh. Like, most of the time, the more awkward situations was between Oompaville and CelinaSpooky Boo, who Selina was overhyping it way too much. And Oompaville was kind of sitting there like, okay, so why is this, and why does this have to do with this, and what does this have to do with that, and why is it that? And then there was always an answer for something. Selina always had an answer. Even if it didn't sound right, it was an answer that she was giving Oompaville, and he was just kind of like, okay, whatever. Let's just go on with it then. And you could tell on his face that's exactly how he felt. Yeah.
USA.
Isn't it funny the number of ghost hunters who get into this type of content on YouTube who later on in their YouTube career just so happen to acquire a house themselves that is haunted?
Erath County was a hub for many tragedies since past, including the Warren Wagon Massacre, the Comanche Raids, and many more.
Most of these tragic events involve disputes between Native Americans and settlers, ending in bloodshed and death in most cases.
It was a dangerous and unforgiving land back then, and I think where I'm located could possibly be haunted by those past
And
tragedies.
it's not.
Or something that has followed us along our ghost hunts. Something much.
And look, that was another thing. If it wasn't the land that's haunted, then they gave another possibility. Just in case they didn't catch anything that revolved around the land. Now they want to make it about something that's following them. You see why that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it seems too convenient. Like, well, we've done ghost hunts before, so maybe something followed us, right? It doesn't seem like a legitimate thing. It just doesn't.
Darker.
I mean, we're clutching at straws here, aren't we? So because the land has a history of violence, that just means it's haunted? We're not told exactly where the tragedies happened. It could be right on top of where their house is, or it could be several miles down the road. And then we have the other bullshit claim that just because these ladies have been to other haunted locations, that may well mean that they have an attachment. You can tell they learned this one from Sam and Colby.
Okay, I don't want to be a dick, but I was thinking the same exact thing. The Attachment series, Season 1, The Attachment, where it sounds like a legitimate TV show. Yeah, no, it does feel like that. Like, now they could have done a Selina and Chris, Season 1, The Attachment returns, or the demon comes back, or something like that, right?
They ran with the bullshit attachment thing for years.
Sally House, we figured out that Sam might have gotten attachment from this demon posing as Sally.
But it seems that these attachments only raise their little heads when the cameras are on and there's a ghost hunting video being recorded.
That's convenient.
We are here
Yeah,
in
that's
the
another thing.
garage, and above us is the attic, which we have not spent.
He makes a good point. That's another thing. The only time you ever really hear about the attachment is when it's being recorded on one of their paranormal videos that they post to their channel. You never hear about it in their personal lives. At least I certainly never heard of it. Maybe they had conversations about it. I don't know. Behind locked doors, maybe they did. But it was only like they took it really seriously when it was on camera. And it again, unfortunately, yes, it felt convenient for them. He's not wrong. That is exactly how I felt after a while. And I never bought the whole concept of him sitting down and saying, look, Sally, I don't like that you're following me anymore, so you're not allowed to follow me anymore. Get out of here. You're no longer allowed to follow me. And that was supposedly supposed to be the end of Sally. And I didn't buy it. I just did not buy it. They even made it over dramatic, like really over dramatic, where they were playing clips from their past videos around it, really intense, sad music. And it was supposed to be like this enlightenment kind of turn of events where he was like, I have the power, you cannot follow me no more, get out of here. And I just didn't buy it. I like, for one, if there was really an attachment going on, which I do believe you probably could get an attachment, I don't think after this long of letting it slide, letting the thing follow you. After saying a couple words, it's just going to leave. I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, I just...
Any time in, I think we both spent a whole, like, I don't know, 2 minutes up there so far. I figure the best place to start would be the scariest, darkest part of our house.
For the love of God, they do not present any reports or claims that this location is in fact haunted. They don't present anything like that in this whole video. This is all just blatant bollocks.
So, yeah, let's go up.
Caleb's face is so funny here. I can sympathize. I often pull the same face from behind my mask while ghost hunting.
I'll go up first.
Yeah,
What the hell was that? I forgot about all these weird noises and mannerisms Selena does.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the Estes method?
I hate the Estes method.
Man, I hate to spoil this. I'm going to be doing the Estes method on my first paranormal investigation. It's okay if you don't watch. I get it. And if you criticize it, I get it. But I've always wanted to try it. I'm genuinely curious. So I'm probably going to do it. I know I will. I know I will.
I hate watching it. I hate being the wanker who's asking the questions to the idiot who's doing the Estes. But most of all, I hate being that idiot who is under, especially when Adelaide Haunted Horizons are about. But I'll get into that video later. Allison, Cag, just know, all is not forgiven.
I've got one.
You do?
One of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
How has it ever worked for you?
Ain't shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Hadn't worked at all.
Ain't shit.
We're in our attic right now.
I want to try it just to try it. And I figured I might as well go ahead and record it, right? That's my whole thing. Yeah, I'm probably an idiot. It's fine. I get it. But, like, I do want to try it just so I can say I've tried it and nothing happened, right? And if something does miraculously happen, then great. But if it doesn't, it is what it is. It's kind of my own test and theory. Now, there are certain things I am not going to be doing. The flashlight method, I'm not going to be using cat balls. Fuck that. It's silly. I'm not going to be using cat balls. And there is a couple more things I obviously will not be doing. Yeah.
Look around, see. It's pretty creepy.
Which
But,
again, we have the triangle, and the triangles hold a lot of energy, which is always really interesting.
Yeah, we love that.
Looks like a nice attic to me. The kind of attic I'd expect to see in a brand new, nice house.
Yeah, give us internet money.
And out of whose ass did Selena pull this bullshit about triangles holding a lot of energy?
We also have a REM pod here that we'll have on.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, poor sweet Caleb. How I envy you and your lack of ghost hunting bullshit knowledge.
Yeah.
So usually what we do here is we put on to kind of like get rid of your senses is we have an eye mask.
Okay.
You're just gonna say whatever you're hearing.
Me.
But like,
You are.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Let yourself tap into your intuition.
Selena taps into her intuition so hard that she ends up doing dumb shit like this.
I'm not a hard, you keep saying hard skeptic.
Yeah.
I'm not a hard skeptic.
No?
No, he's pretty open-minded.
You want to believe.
I want to believe that there is Bigfoot, and I want to believe that
aliens.
everything is real. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I want Bigfoot.
But he doesn't have the
so
proof.
bad.
I just want proof.
Yeah.
I just want, like, to see it or feel it or something like that.
Got it.
Caleb is like my spirit animal at this point. This is pretty much exactly how I feel about the paranormal.
Yeah. And look, I used to be somebody who actually bought most of the stuff he saw. I can't deny it. It's on YouTube. It is there. But I always held a grain of salt. Every paranormal investigation I watch, I always go in with a grain of salt. I always do. Because even if you are like a great paranormal investigator and you might think you caught something, that does not necessarily mean you caught something. You always have to keep that in mind too. It's not, even then, people can make mistakes. But the people who are out there legitimately making the answers, right? Like they're supposed to be out there finding answers, but they're making the answers, is not a paranormal investigator. It's not. If you have to turn everything you see or hear into paranormal, you're not investigating. You're just going along with it just to go along with it. And I don't buy that. I genuinely don't. Like, I have no doubt that a lot of the real paranormal investigators out there don't catch much of nothing. They just don't. And the equipment that a lot of these supposedly real investigators use, they give you answers that might not even be paranormal, but the point of your videos is to try to connect everything to make it sound like it's paranormal. And this is something I'm beginning to catch on to a lot more, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. whether it is the Alice box, whether it's the Spirit box, whether it's the Estes method, sometimes some of the things that come through are not consistent. You look for the consistency. That's what I look for. If there is no consistency, then it's just a bunch of it's just bullshit. It's just nothing's coming through. And that's exactly what happens with Oompaville. Nothing comes through that would make any sense, but of course that they kind of have to try to make it make sense for the sake of the video and trying to save it. So yeah, to me, it was gutsy bringing on Oompaville because he could literally have destroyed their entire thing, their entire flare. And he almost did. Technically, he did in that video. So,
normal.
Are these hearing safe? Are they going to hurt my head?
It hurts my head so bad that I lose several IQ points every time I do it.
I'm assuming this house isn't haunted because it's fairly new and nobody's died in it that I know of.
But it's the ground that it's built on.
That old, the land is haunted, Chestnut, I see.
What about
I know
the land?
Chris can't give away her address and all, but can we get any kind of proof that there was any kind of dark history on this land? I mean, anything?
But it is built on ground that could very much be haunted. So, is it the ground or the area that's haunted around us?
Or, and hear me out here, nothing is haunted in or around you. This is my thinking here. I know YouTubers like to do these videos where their property is haunted because it's cheap and easy content. But if you really believe in all this dark demon stuff, then why would you potentially bring something supernatural like that into your home? Just for the sake...
I said the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing. It's like, why would you want to risk that? You guys talking about it could easily bring something up. Crazy.
Of clicks and views.
Lotus.
Interesting. There's lotuses outside.
Oh, is that something they remember?
On the land.
On the land.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Okay.
That is so
Do like that Chris and Caleb live here now?
I heard something in Spanish. I'm hearing a lot of screaming.
Okay.
12 people.
Oh.
I don't hear any words. It's like, ah!
That's your brain trying to get you to stop with the Estes session.
Are your bodies buried on this land still?
Why'd the wind pick up?
I'm getting
Oh. Yeah, they tried to make something out of the wind. Why did the wind pick up? I don't know, Mother Nature maybe? Fucking come on.
To get the toots.
We also are on a...
Torment.
I was just going to say tornado watch.
A guitar solo. What's that mean? I just heard a guitar solo. It was in A minor.
I love that Caleb says this because it's so true. You hear music all the time when you're doing this, especially when the spirit box is set to FM frequency. Because of course you do, because you're going through lots of radio stations and most radio stations play music. But you never hear the big YouTube ghost hunters say this.
Okay, this is good.
The Rembot has
The one.
the one you saw.
Whoa, that would be crazy. That was in the back fields.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's one.
So possibly there are women buried in the fields is what I'm kind of picking up from this.
I just find it so funny that you got Selena and Chris trying to decode this Estes session being done by a guy who clearly thinks it's a load of horseshit.
What period in time are you from?
Plaque. Cross timber.
Cross Timber. Cross Timber is that's a building in Erath County. Like not far.
Neither thing said by Caleb had any relevance to the question asked by Selena. This is all so very, very dumb.
It is. It is because they're, again, going back to the consistency. If it was actually responding to their questions and it was actually answering the questions like one after the other and it made a whole lot of sense, that'd be something. But it's nothing. That's the thing. It's nothing. And they're making it something. That's the problem. And it's embarrassing. It really felt like, and people were saying it perfectly. Why even make this video? Why even post it? Like, you can make the video, but why even post it? Yeah, because it unfortunately makes you look like a bunch of frauds. Like you're making something up out of nothing. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. A lot of people felt this way. And Oompaville, to a lot of people, was like a shining star in it because, yeah, he was pointing all this crap out like it was nothing, and it was nothing.
Right.
Is there a name we could get? If not, that's okay, but we would love a name to work with.
I love that. I remember their posts on Instagram now. People are not ready for this video. That's what they were saying with them in Oompaville. Like, they were hyping it up and stuff. And kind of like the whole Hell Week video, no, nobody was expecting that. And then when people started to really break it apart, we started seeing the bullshit behind it. And it totally backfired. It was not in any sort of way. Even the people who truly believe that this house is haunted didn't even like Oompaville. Yeah, a lot of people wanted him to take it more seriously. And for me, it really helped me see how much they were really trying to play it off like it was haunted, and it really wasn't. Even when CelinaSpooky was not on scene, and Kallmekris and Oompaville were by themselves talking about it, they weren't taking it seriously at all. It was pretty bad, and it was pretty noticeable how much she only took it seriously. Chris only took it seriously when Celina was actually taking it seriously. Everything else, though, nobody, I do not believe anybody here finds this house to be haunted. I almost guarantee it. Nobody here finds this house to be haunted.
Or names.
Bauer.
I'm Jack Bauer.
Last name? Bauer. Bauer. Yeah, that's a name. That's a name.
That's pretty cool. Okay,
yeah.
You're good. You can take them off. You can take them off. It is very interesting.
Yeah, I think.
No, it's
you
not.
answered every single question.
No, it didn't.
That is simply not true.
No, it didn't. I hated when she said that. It didn't answer shit. Like, it really didn't.
You're scaring me. I live here. This place is sacred.
We need to sleep here at night.
Can guns kill ghosts?
I don't know. Ask Andrew from Proving Demons. Anyway, after all that Estes nonsense, they then get out of their own attic.
Caleb, what do you got for us to bring?
I have a basic level protection belt, utility belt.
Only you can save Gotham City. Transform your belt into a motorized rapid-fire launcher. Can you be the ultimate Batman? Mega Cape accessory and rapid-fire utility belt each sold separately. Ask your parents first.
I have a Glock with a light and a suppressor. I have subsonic ammunition just in case we run into a pig in the woods because they can be dangerous.
Wild boars.
Boars, they have tusks and shit. We'll be fine, but it's more so just, you know, the basic principle.
I'm British, obviously, and we don't have the same gun culture as our American cousins. So to be fair, I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but the size of that cannon looks like it would break Caleb in two if he were to actually fire it. Anyway, next thing.
No, he might be. I think he'd be fine. I think he'd be fine. I really
in the
do.
hopes to find a demon or some bullshit.
No, I literally thought, like, I saw the corner of my eyes.
Now, I've never actually, and this might be embarrassing, but I've never shot a gun before. It's actually something that me and my buddy Lane have been talking about doing actually here soon. Is firing a gun for the first time. But I've heard, like, firing something along the lines of, like, maybe a 44 Magnum, you actually have to hold both of it, like, use both of your hands, because that thing will come back with a strong-ass recoil, and it could bust you in the head. Like, that's how strong it is. The kick is strong. But that thing, I think you'll be okay.
Man head that way, and I thought it was Adam.
A name. We give us a name to work with.
Oh yeah, just in case I wasn't clear, Celina is a psychic medium. She claims to see and hear dead people walking around like regular people, blah blah blah, so she can join that list of YouTube ghost hunters who claim similar nonsense. Why are so many of them women?
The president of hell is named Bauer.
Shut up! Shut up! Are you serious? No! I'm scared. Wait,
Chris.
really?
No, not really. Maybe Americans might pronounce this Bauer, but when I
Buer.
read it, it sounds like Buer. So this all comes from some 16th...
I'm glad you looked this up, because I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Buer. Okay. Well, you're actually adding a lot to this. Okay, thank you, man. I didn't know that's how it was spelled. I just assumed, like, it was Caleb, so he might have just said it was Bauer. But Buer.
Century literature where a bunch of demon names are listed with their positions or job titles in hell. I mean, how anyone would...
Eligos, Lorray, Morax, Ipes, Zapar, Paimon, Belial, Chax, Murmur, Cam, Bune, Berith.
would ever get that kind of information is beyond me. I mean, I would love to know what they were smoking back in the day when they came up with all this information. And I think we just need to take a moment to appreciate that hell has a president. I'm covering my ass here with this graphic in the hopes that they cancel each other out and nobody will have a go at me in the comments, or you'll all have a go at me in the comments. Either way, I don't really give a shit.
What made you literally feel like you should make a creepy shrine? Like, what was that stimulated that?
Mostly just the fun pranksters.
This moment where CelinaSpooky Boo tries desperately to make it sound like she was unconsciously building it because some force caused her to is so ridiculous and so insanely silly. I just didn't know what... I knew what to say, thankfully. I had something to say in that moment. I was like, that doesn't seem legit at all. That seems like you are really trying to attempt to make this sound paranormal. It's clearly not. Maybe some force caused you to build this and you unconsciously didn't even realize it. Didn't even think about that. Of course you wouldn't.
Side of me.
Okay.
And the up side of me that's watched too many horror movies.
Caleb and Chris seem like a fun couple.
They do. You're right.
These are cat balls.
Fresh ones.
These cat balls, if you go near them, they go off.
Bullshit.
That's basically it.
Cat balls.
Cat toys.
Okay, literally cat toys.
Literally cat toys.
Okay.
Caleb slowly coming to the realization that their toys are every bit as stupid as he thought they were is really funny to me.
I thought this was going to be a
Look at him.
funny video.
Yeah, so did I.
I thought this was going to be every bit as dumb as it clearly is. This right here is the gains of having realistic expectations. But I'm still having a good time with it all. These three are entertaining. I mean, it's about as dumb as a bag of dildos, but it is still fun.
Basically, the Alice box just tells words. You've used this before, I think.
No, I have never.
No?
No.
Not an Alice box?
I don't have that.
So apparently Spirit is able to manipulate the frequencies around it and
Allegedly.
have words. Allegedly.
Love ya.
And it will
Awesome.
simulate words. It uses, we're not sure exactly what words. Some people say it's AI and stuff. The really interesting thing is it says things with not being on, and then we turn it on, we use it, and it will literally answer questions and say names that we had said.
Allegedly.
I've got nothing else to really say here. Just gonna let what's on screen right now speak for itself.
Am I speaking to a demon?
You can speak. You can ask who's here, maybe, or what's here.
How was your day? How was your weekend? How was your week? How are you?
I love this kid.
What do I say? What else do I say?
We were talking about women that were buried on the land, possibly.
Okay.
If you want to give us some information about that. We have wait.
Room congruism.
So it's in a room, maybe.
I'm already losing my patience with this stupid thing. Room? Bloody room? You're outside. What is outside pretty much famous for? Not having fucking rooms. Jesus.
How does this work?
Hey, no, he could have meant give me some room. Maybe they're standing next to it. I don't know. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Is it like listen?
It's this silly, man.
Who made this?
I reckon Caleb just asked more questions about how this equipment works in the last 5 seconds than Celina and Chris have ever considered to ask in their whole ghost hunting career.
Running.
I'm just gonna run!
I'm gonna take a swig of my water really quick.
I swear to God, I was just gonna run.
Okay, so wait, listen though. Let's hear if we hear somebody running.
Dude, that'd be pretty baller.
Dude, I was gonna
Here we go,
run
we got
around
more.
like crazy.
Scream.
Okay.
Chris, you
Maybe Chris doesn't believe all this stuff and she's just treating it as a big joke. I'm really not sure.
This thing's a
I just
comedy.
shit
Makes you
myself.
question, doesn't it?
Shit,
Just shit
pants,
myself.
diaper full. Congruism, diaper full.
I want to kick this thing over. You're also in the
Incontinent, spider, bite, incontinence, soon. Diaper full.
We need a Caleb in every single ghost hunting video from now on. Going forward, it should be in the YouTube TOS.
Right.
Show us the demons.
No,
Who is the demon?
No, do not show us.
Bring the demons out.
We gotta
Demons
Bring the
are
demons out.
No, we don't.
Let's get some
No,
demons.
stop. Please
Stop. That could be really dangerous.
It's only dangerous if you truly believe it's real, because it's all in your head. Show me an atheist who's ever been possessed by a demon.
I feel like getting the thing with
No, but that's the point. The fact they are atheists means they are demons. Someone would make that argument. You know they would. You honest to God know they would. And there actually have been situations where people would make those kind of arguments. Oh yeah, it's a demon possessing them. That's why they think that. That's why they think there's no God, because there's a demon possessing them. It's because people like to make everything demonic. You know, I do believe in demons. I do, actually. Believe it or not. I know this might be like, you know, I'm genuinely a believer in the paranormal. I do. I like respectable interactions. I do like that stuff. I like respectful paranormal investigations. I'm a big fan of that. So people were asking me, how can I approve what Caleb's doing or Oompaville's doing when I criticize Sam and Colby? And it's maybe because I know for a fact that Oompaville, this is not something he normally does, but also this is on his own property. So he can act whichever way he wants. Now, obviously, I'm not a fan of, like, being disrespectful to people who have lost their lives tragically. Like, when you go into a location, like, there's that whole situation at the Myrtles Plantation. Sam and Colby did an investigation there, and I remember they were telling the story about one of the slave girls who had her ear up against the door and was eavesdropping on her owners, and they came out and they cut her ear off. Horrible story, sickening story, very sad, very, very heartbreaking. And I remember one of the guys made a joke about it, saying, oh, so they Mike Tyson'd her. Like, that to me was such a disrespectful moment, and I'm not afraid to say I didn't like that. If I was in the room with him, I would have said, hey, maybe watch the tone. Maybe watch that kind of humor. Like, that's disrespectful as all hell. It's a heartbreaking story, sad, and look, if that person was really there, let's say that spirit is really in that house, you just said that to that spirit's face. It's just disrespectful. Have a little bit of class when you're investigating. Nothing wrong with that. Cracking jokes, there's nothing wrong with that. Every once in a while, it's fine to be funny. But there should always be a fine line about what you're joking about, right? At least for me. I believe in spirits, so I certainly would not want to crack those kind of jokes. I find it to be disrespectful. I find it when other people do it. I find it to be disrespectful when other people do it. But Caleb, again, is on his own property, and I have no reason to believe that this property is haunted in any sort of way. That's why, to me, it was so obvious that they were overplaying it, was because I don't believe it's haunted. Caleb doesn't believe it's haunted. Hell, I don't even think Chris believes it's haunted. The only person here who really wanted it to be haunted was CelinaSpooky Boo.
That's good, and Selena's bad. And I feel like there's two different voices that are playing in here, like the one telling us to divide.
Yeah.
Because they know him calling on demons isn't safe.
I know.
Because that's why the things are things, so they want to separate.
Yeah.
Well, that was a word salad of complete and utter bollocks.
You can make fun of ghosts and spirits all you want.
Are they not the same thing? What's the
Demons
difference?
are non-human entities. Spirits were human at some
You
time.
literally, okay, this is something I didn't touch upon. You invited somebody who just does not normally believe in this stuff, and you know how Caleb is on camera. I've seen many of his videos, and you're shocked this is the way he's acting. And like, the only time she's ever saying stuff like that to him is when Selena's around. It's weird to me.
But demons are unhuman, beginning of time entities that feed off them. Like, if you have good energy, like, they attach people with low energy, you know, people who did like a lot of drugs, people who are really depressed. And that's why, you know, a lot of people that are depressed, like, there's a lot of stories why they end up in mental hospitals, torment. Is it all mental health? Is it not?
Anyone else think Selena needs a factory reset?
Uncle.
Uncle.
Hey, Uncle!
What's going on with you?
I just turned around and we're both just holding our arm the exact same way.
What the?
Oh.
What is that?
I don't know. We have comfort. Our comfort arm.
What arm is that? That's opposite arm.
Our opposite arm. That's funny.
That's weird.
That wasn't even worth keeping in the video. How during the editing process that didn't make it on the cutting room floor is an absolute mystery to me.
Hunt.
Again, though, that's the point. They have to connect things. There has to be something there that makes it supernatural off, right? So them holding arms the same exact way to a lot of people are probably going to be like, that is very strange. Why would they just subconsciously, like, are they connected in some way? That's what they would probably say.
I'm done. I don't want to do this. Hunt.
What did you just call me?
Maybe I was giving Chris a little too much credit before. She seems to actually think a demon or a supernatural entity is talking through that bullshit device.
Does it ever say, like, hey?
Yeah.
What about, like, hamburger and stuff like that?
Yeah, it said stuff like
it'll
that.
say
It'll
anything.
say like
Really?
It'll
teapot.
say anything.
No, it's weird. I don't know how it works.
No shit.
Should I, like, go out in the woods or something?
No.
Should I
If
just
you
go out
want
in the
to go
darkness?
No, I really don't want him to.
Release. We
Release
you.
him. No, I don't want him. I don't want him to go.
Release
I
me.
don't want you to go. No, please don't
He's
go.
not
no, please
worried
don't go.
at
no,
all.
please don't go. I really don't want you to go.
Oh yeah, Chris really does believe this rubbish.
Well, the thing here is, like, how many times have you done paranormal investigations and normally nothing ever happens that is life-threatening? But then for some reason, it says, like, release, and then he's like, release me, nothing's gonna happen, and she's making it something it's not. At this point, you should be aware that nothing is going to harm you guys. And again, there's no proof that there's any parent. I don't understand this video. It literally, actually, I do understand it. It's an eye-opener, is what I would say. So it's actually a very important video. I know, you know, we're coming off like we're bashing it. I think it's important. I think everybody should watch this video, this little series that they put out, because it's going to open your eyes quite a bit.
She's actually genuinely worried about Caleb's safety, which, to be fair, is pretty sweet, but it's also pretty dumb.
Well, you know, wild boars, maybe, right? Maybe some sort of animal comes out and tries to attack him. They're out in the woods. Maybe she's thinking about that. I guess we'll give that a possibility. But I think she genuinely believes that there's something demonic out there. And he's, like, looking at Oompa, and he's like, you know, something crazy like that. I don't know what that whole thing was. I actually apologize. So,
Why you gotta go with me?
I want to go with you.
Okay. Why are you coming with me?
Because I'm scared.
Why are you coming with me then?
Anyway, let's skip the rest of this nonsense because nothing actually happens. Which pretty much sums up this whole video so far. So they all get back in their car and drive to a different area of the property, which makes me ask just how big the grounds of their house actually
Probably
is.
pretty big.
Yeah, give us internet money.
There is a bunker on the property. It is a storm bunker? Or
It's a watershed.
Just a watershed?
Yeah, it's a
Storm bunker sounds better.
It's not a storm bunker though. Yeah, there's like a two-step here. Be careful.
So Caleb, Chris, and one of the cameramen go down into the watershed, which looks gross and is infested with spiders, while Celina stays outside with the other cameraman.
Clever girl.
The thing is we're in Texas. Like, things go back so far. So we don't know if people have died in that house. We don't know why that house isn't here anymore. We don't know anything.
Right. So why would you assume there's anything connected to the paranormal then?
We're going to draw straws, and we're going to see who's going to be left down here alone with probably
A
an
volunteer
Alice
tribute.
box. Oh, okay, great. Best guest ever.
He's not scared at
Okay,
all.
He's
There's
gonna be
reasons.
down here. We're going to put some gadgets down here with him, and we'll see what happens.
My controversial prediction here is that nothing will happen. While Caleb is down there, the camera glitches a bunch. So if nothing else happens, and it doesn't, then surprise, surprise, Celina and Chris blame the glitching of the camera on paranormal circumstances.
Just wrong, you're stupid.
Rather than tech just doing what tech sometimes does.
Alright.
Okay, we'll set a timer for 3 minutes, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, bud. Good luck.
I think this is pretty funny, to be honest with you guys. I think this is pretty funny. Is there a demon here? It said yes.
But after he's in there, I think we're going to put Celina in there so she could really connect with what's happening right now, because I'm scared.
In other words, Celina will make up a bunch of nonsense to drum up some kind of excitement in this video, which essentially has just been 3 people talking to air all night.
Oh, it said no. Is there a spirit here? No. Wait, yes? I don't understand. I don't get it. What the f am I supposed to do? Just talk to it, I guess? Hello, parasitic demon leech. Hello, otherworldly presence. Are you my friend?
I'm getting so many flashbacks to my solo Conjuring House basement video, it's unreal. This is exactly what ghost hunting is, by the way.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
What a fucking disgrace.
I'm still waiting for a supernatural experience that I cannot explain, as an adult anyway, and that's a long story that I'm not getting into right now, but I do hope it happens at some point. But make no mistake here, everybody, this is ghost hunting right here. Pretty much nothing ever happens. Nothing. And if you see a video where loads and loads of activity is happening, it's fake. If there is such a thing as ghosts, and I really hope there is, then it's more than likely incredibly rare to ever witness, let alone film and document.
It's been a long while since I've ever actually experienced something. It's been a long while. So yeah, the fact that these guys are going out there and like catching all of this evidence like nothing is a bit off to me. And I think more people, again, are coming around to it. I'm not sure where it's going to stand in 10 years. It's going to be crazy. One of these guys, one of these bigger channels are going to fuck up at some point. And it's going to be shown. And people are going to be ripped. At least a lot of people are kind of prepared for that. which is good. I always encourage that, you know, always go into these investigations with a grain of salt because you never know. But one day that's going to be revealed. It's just going to happen. I know people are, if it's not today, if it's not tomorrow, it's going to be some time down the road. Something's going to happen that's going to make you question a lot of these paranormal videos. The things that you've been watching for years and that you loved. It's going to happen. And I just hope mentally you're prepared. I hope your hearts don't get broken. I hope that, you know, that you're prepared for it. I really do. I really do, because I don't like the concept of people getting lied to. That's why I went so hard at the paranormal couple, because they were a big example of what it could do to a lot of people. A lot of people were heartbroken that there was no actual way to communicate with the other side. It bothered me. It bothered me so much.
I feel like, you know, just like Bella does for Edward, I put out my bubble and I protect my family.
Yeah.
But I fear for him.
I do too. That's
because
what,
you guys are in a great place and all this, and the thing is like that demonic energy, like that's what will come in and will infiltrate.
I know.
Relationships,
It scares me.
personalities, and I just don't want that for you.
God, I really hope Chris doesn't believe this bullshit so much.
I don't think she does, because a few minutes after, when Selena goes into the basement, they're joking around they're just upstairs, like up there, making fun of the actual Alice box, I think, or that one item that says like yes or no. They're making fun of that thing, and I don't think they buy it. No, I don't.
That she'll start looking into things in her relationship with Caleb that are not really there. I know Selena thinks she's helping here, but I just want her to shut up and not influence Chris any further with this bollocks.
Someone like Caleb is so shut off to this stuff and very scientifically proven mindset.
Probably can't attach to him.
He's very intellectual.
Very convenient. I said that. I'm confident I said something about that. So now if nothing happens, oh, it's because he's such a big believer in the science behind it, which I am too. I'm a believer. I just want to see more of science behind it. And there's none of that anymore. It's sad, man. It sucks. I hate it. There's always a convenient answer. Always a convenient answer. It sucks, man.
In a bit of a situation.
You're not helping the paranormal by saying shit like that. You're just not. You're making up answers that don't even, in my opinion, have anything to do with it. There's always an explanation. You have to just fucking come up with like a dictionary article that just states why this is not. It's crazy to me. It blows my mind.
And in this planet where maybe those things won't bother him because he's not opening himself up to the belief.
Isn't it incredibly convenient that only if you believe in this paranormal stuff that it'll interact with you? My counter to that is if you believe in this stuff so much that you will convince yourself that shit is happening to you that is perfectly rational and explainable.
Dude, if there's a demon here, please, it says finished.
Finished. A medium once told me some people's energy vibrates too high for those things to connect. But if he's bringing on a demon, say someone who's going through something, like if Jade's going through something, or if you're going through something, that energy is going to want to link somewhere.
Yeah,
Could
but
attach to you.
He's a rock, dude.
Then I wouldn't worry about him.
He's a rock.
I'd worry about who's around him.
This, everyone, is Selena's Fear Mongering 101 presentation class.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Nice ass.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, that's all right. Come on up. What did it say? It said Sandra fell down.
It said carpet finish, Sandra fell.
And now this last little bit is the difference. This last little bit here is the difference between somebody who was not scared and didn't connect anything going down into that basement, asking the questions, none of it made sense, compared to somebody who is going down there with the mindset of connecting everything and making it paranormal. It's the biggest difference. This was one of the moments in the entire video that I think is very important for people to watch. Somebody who is a profound, somebody who goes out there and does all this stuff, paranormal stuff, compared to somebody who just does not believe that there's anything actually paranormal happening on this location. The difference is so obvious that it makes you question CelinaSpooky Boo. It really does. It really does. It was almost a bad idea to post this video in general for her sake. Though I do encourage people to go back and watch it.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
Interesting.
All right.
That could mean something.
Do you want anything, or are you going down there raw dogging it?
Alice.
Like, actually beware of the spiders, for real. Because those are real.
I love how Caleb's been subtly trolling everyone throughout the video.
Low-key jab at how, like, he just doesn't buy it right there. Because those are real.
video. Anyway, next up, Celina goes down there with her partner, so get comfortable everyone, because you're going to hear a whole lot of bullshit right now.
Okay.
Already the tone's changed, yeah.
But I'm gonna try to just...
The tone's changed because how she's going about it. Now everybody's like, oh, it just got serious. When Caleb was down there, it wasn't serious. They attempted to make it serious, but it wasn't serious. Now it's like all of a sudden we have to take it seriously.
Tap into things the way that I tap into things.
Friends, I am locked in the cringe position.
See, I do family. 2 girls, mom, dad, a lot older than the girls, and he passed away. I can see them in the fields. I know we've seen a lot of things tonight.
I'm sorry, did you just say seen a lot of things tonight? I swear to God, I've cut nothing of any real significance out of the video. Nothing has happened. Nothing.
Nope.
Even if I was a big believer in the supernatural, why would anything happen in an area that isn't even known to be haunted? No history of hauntings, no reports of hauntings, no claims of any hauntings. Nothing. This whole thing has just been a huge waste of time and a very easy video for these guys to film right next to...
I disagree. I don't think it's a big waste of time. I think it's an eye-opener. Again, I go back to that. It's definitely an eye-opener. There's no arguments you can make that would make sense to me because how the video is presented, how it shows you the difference, and how it shows you what it really is. To me, it is a very important video for a lot of paranormal investigators to watch. To show, yeah, you can overhype. Even if you're like, let's say, even mentally not even trying to. And let's say you're actually getting spooked and you run out of the building. Now your viewers are going to think that something is really there spooking you and that something paranormal is going on, when in reality, it might have been just you getting spooked. But now there's like a deep dive story into it. Like there's something there. Maybe you got an attachment, maybe yada, yada, yada. And they'll make something out of it that is just not. And this video is a good example of that exact thing.
Their own house.
The son first, way before the girls, who passed away of sickness. And then there was a long break because of the mother. But it's nothing.
Even people who love CelinaSpooky were commenting on the video reaction I did saying, I love Celina, but this was a no-go for her. This was a bad look for her. Because she does come off over the top, unnecessarily.
It's just memories. It's not entities. It's not spirits. It's just residual energy of what had happened here.
Of course, there is no way to verify any of this.
Nope.
Just the way most psychic mediums seem to like it.
Memory.
Memory.
Jog.
Jog.
Jog on.
Jog his memory. We have to jog his memory on the name of who he spoke to.
I'm done, I'm out, I can't take any more of this nonsense for today. There is a part 2 to this video, so if you'd like me to watch and react to that, please let me know in the comments.
Oh, do it. Do it. You know you have to.
My final thoughts on this video, honestly, it wasn't that bad. Celina and Chris have good chemistry and they are pretty funny. Caleb, hands down, wins the MVP for this video. I thoroughly enjoyed how he mocks the whole thing with just the right amount of cynicism, but he is also willing to be a good sport and give these things a go. He asked the right questions about the legitimacy of the devices, but most importantly, he was having fun with the whole thing. There are so many ghost hunting videos that act all tense and fearful over quite literally nothing. When, as far as I'm concerned, they should just be having fun with it.
Look, there is a side that I think you do definitely need to be respectful. I think a lot of people misunderstand where I'm coming from. When I do talk about these things like showing respect and being disrespectful, I'm not a fan of disrespecting the dead. I've never been a fan of that. If your humor is aimed at disrespecting the dead and how people die and making fun of the way that they've died, I'm not for that. And I certainly will not be for that. I don't care who you are. That will be my opinion on the matter. Having fun is a completely different story. You can have fun in these videos and be respectful. 100%. I completely get that. And look, at some of these, yes, at certain times, like jump scares, I'm fine with. But at certain times, it depends on how the jump scare goes. Certain jump scares can be dangerous, especially when you're at these historical locations with very unpriceless things. Like, you cannot break this stuff. It is irreplaceable. And some people will run in these buildings and jump and scare people, and they'll almost bump into something and break it. That stuff has happened so many times. I'm not a fan of that. Like, you can have fun, you can go into these places, make your video fun, entertaining, absolutely, without lying and being disrespectful, but there are certain people who just don't know the difference between being disrespectful towards the dead, people who have actually passed away. It's just disrespectful. Just don't do it. It's about having class and just having fun. He's right. You should have fun during these things, and I'm certainly going to have fun during mine, but I know when I should stop. I know what I shouldn't do. So, have fun, of course, but be respectful.
Video should be fun and entertaining. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you could share the video to help my channel grow, that'd be very much appreciated. Ta very much. Cheerio.
Yeah, I agree with him 100%. And that whole last statement about having fun, yeah, 100%. No, I do find the video to be very important for a lot of people who want to see the difference, want to see why people can fake, see why people might overhype. So, let me know in the comment section, what did you guys think about that? I think it was a very entertaining video, very well done. Go show Side-Eye Guy a lot of support and love, and I will certainly see you guys in the next video. Please do take care, and yeah.
JCARTS has your back. CartSarts is throwing down, coming after me. If you can't, can't stay. CartSarts is through. You won't be mad.